In our previous Hidden History episodes covering Elder Scrolls games, we focused on the historical writings and legends that have helped shape the series' mythology. But the old classy stuff is not the only place that Bethesda looked to when searching for inspiration. They watch movies just like us. Shocking, I know. So this week we're going to be taking a little bit of a look at the influential films referenced throughout the Elder Scrolls games. Let's start with Skyrim. While venturing through the haunted plain of Solcairn, you may hear the eerie whispers of souls saying, "Death is but a door, time is but a window, I'll be back." These are actually the dying words of Vigo the Carpathian, the evil villain of Ghostbusters 2, portrayed by Max von Sydow. Keeping the 80s train rolling, when Athos is asked why he joined the Companions, he responds with, "Fortune and glory, friend, fortune and glory." This is thought to be a reference to something Indiana Jones said to Short Round in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. This isn't the first reference to Indiana Jones, of course. As many fans already know, the dead body of Dr. Jones can be seen in the Amelin Ancestral Tomb in Morrowind. The body is found with a note that mentions his childhood pet, an obvious nod to Sean Connery's line, "We named the dog Indiana," from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. In the completely awesome Skyrim quest, The House of Horrors, you will probably come across a room full of stacked chairs. This is most likely a reference to a famous scene in the horror classic Poltergeist, where the angry ghost really goes out of its way to prove its distaste of interior decorating. Another reference can be found in Skyrim's Bleak Coast Cave, where you will find a few interesting things. The first and most deadly is a frost troll, but if you manage to take him out, you'll find a skeleton hanging upside down near a sword that's stuck in the ground. This is a shout out to Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back, where Luke is trapped by... Okay, let's be real. You've seen the movie. You know what happens. Another interesting fact is that this is not the only time in the series that this is referenced. In the Morrowind expansion Blood Moon, you will come across almost the exact same scene. Moving on to a slightly less known film, the Oblivion mission The Forlorn Watchman leads players to a ship's log which tells of a mutiny where the traitor Gable led the crew against Captain Logton. This references the 1935 movie Mutiny on the Bounty, where Clark Gable's character leads a mutiny against his captain. If you spend much time in the many taverns in Skyrim, then you're probably familiar with hearing drunks and bandits yell, "Remember, hit the one in the middle." This line is a reference to 1985's Rocky IV. It's a piece of advice given to Rocky by his trainer Paulie when Rocky is beaten so badly that he starts seeing multiple versions of his opponent. This is known as double vision, which can be caused by head trauma, or more likely in the case of Skyrim's tavern goers, by drunkenness. Then there's one that most of you will probably know already, but just has to be mentioned. The entire Skyrim mission, A Night to Remember, was inspired by the 2009 comedy The Hangover. The plot of both is mostly the same, with your character waking up to discover that they don't remember anything about the night before. Like the film, the goal of the mission is to find your missing friend. Unlike the game though, the movie does not end with the missing friend revealing himself to be the Daedric Prince of Debauchery, but I think we can all agree that it would have been much better if it did. On to our comment showcase. This week's comment comes from Eli Lofton, who has another great Indiana Jones reference for us. The Oblivion questline, Nothing You Can Possess, actually references a line said by the villain Rene Beloque from the beginning of Raiders of the Lost Ark. In fact, the entire mission is a reference to this scene. In the game, Umbacano asks you to retrieve a precious carving from the High Fane. When you finally find the item, you will be ambushed by another one of Umbacano's treasure hunters, much like when Indy is ambushed by Beloque, a fellow archaeologist. Thanks, Eli. And if you have any other references we missed in this episode of Hidden History, be sure to share them in the comment section below. But what good comment showcase would be complete without a bad one? You need your yin and yang, your good and bad, your dark side and light side. And today we have a bad comment from Hatham Kenway, who says, "I need a poo. Could I borrow someone's toilet paper?" All right, everybody. Hatham desperately needs our help. Let's come together as one and spring for one roll of toilet paper. You thought you knew Elder Scrolls, but hopefully you've learned a thing or two. Oh crap, I almost forgot the trivia section. Last week, I asked you guys about a challenge in Fallout New Vegas where you kill Mr. House with a golf club. And holy crap, did I pick an easy one because about 1,000 of you answered right. The name of the challenge is A Slave Obeys, and it's a reference to a climactic scene in BioShock where you kill Andrew Ryan with a golf club. For this week, answer me this. In Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion, Geob, the introductory character from Morrowind, is referenced as Saint Geob, and is credited with supposedly ridding the island of Vardenfell of cliff racers. What is this a possible reference to? Write your answer in the doobly-doo and show us just how flippin' smart you are.